Hello, everybody, and welcome to Disney Hot Topic for another week. It's our end of the year special, and it's also our fourth episode, and we're doing specials. So here we go. So this week we're going to talk about all the upcoming things that are happening at the parks. But before we dive into that altogether, we wanted to talk about some things that we enjoyed from 2025. 2025 brought a lot of announcements and progress for a lot of things in the parks. I think for me, my favorite thing was seeing a lot of the offerings for the 70th anniversary at Disneyland. There was really cool things. The big keys, really cool. The little quest you could do was really neat. Um, Mixed feelings on the Walt Disney World show, but it did debut, so we got to see that. Really neat stuff. I'm trying to think of what else really happened other than announcements. Does anyone have anything they liked from 2025?
I really liked It's a Small World with Group
Mm-hmm.
overlay
Mm-hmm.
over in Tokyo. And I'm hoping they bring it over to the other parks at some point.
Mm.
I thought that was pretty special.
Yeah, that's cute.
Yeah, I loved that. For me, it was probably Disney Music Festival at Disneyland Paris.
Mm-hmm.
I got to go in May and experience that, and the amount of shows that they had. It was just incredible, and I will be touching on that later.
I'd also like to interject that I thought Lilo and Stitch live action was done really, really well, considering it was meant for Disney Plus. I hope we get more of that.
Cool. Anybody else have anything?
Aylin,
I mean, for me, it would go back to the 70th. I wasn't able to actually go into Disneyland, but, even going into downtown Disney, all the decorations, foods they had, snacks, just the whole vibe was incredible. I know they're going to go into 2026 with the 70th as well, up into the summer, I believe. So I thought that was also pretty neat and clever of Disney to do.
How about you, Kevin? Did you have any highlights?
Yeah, 2025 was a great year, but unfortunately it was a fallow year in the Curtis Allen household. We didn't visit a Disney park this year, so we're due to go February of next year. So we're looking forward to that and anticipating that. So booking my vacation in 2024 was the highlight of my year. Unfortunately, we didn't get to visit any parks. But of course, we did the podcasts and we've been releasing an episode monthly all through the year. So we've been involved, but it's hard when you don't go to a park every year, isn't it? Really hard.
Yeah, you start to really miss it and you get jealous of everybody else that's going every other week, it feels like.
All my co-hosts went this year and some of them aren't going next year. So we'll see.
Your time to shine.
Yeah, definitely.
What about you, Jonathan? What were your highlights of the year?
Highlights, definitely the meetups I've been to the last few months. So some of the new Snow White songs were good. Not the film.
I quite like the film, to be fair.
I actually really liked it.
I actually enjoyed it.
I think it had good ideas. I think some of the acting was atrocious and
questionable.
Well,
yeah, and that story was not executed in its intent.
Oh,
No comment on my end for that film.
Yeah.
I'd go with it.
I don't know how much of that was due to the strike.
What?
Oh, man.
I don't know how much of that it was to do with the writers' strike, which is why it came out this year, not last year.
Right.
They also had the set burned down, didn't they? There were a few days of filming and it was all burnt down. They had to rebuild it again. But yeah, still, they needed to get their casting right. I thought Snow White was amazing. All of the other mains.
The songs were very good, though.
Yeah, the new songs were amazing as well. Yeah, they fitted right in. Some real earworms. Definitely.
I too have
Shall we skip
opinions about
this?
But yeah, let's go to let's talk about the parks. Okay, so if no one else has anything, I can start with Disneyland and California Adventure. I anticipated a lot more, I'll tell you. So I'll show you my notes just for fun. I labeled each month, and I put things that are happening in each month, and I expected them to be full, and they're not. What we're seeing a lot of in Disneyland is a lot of prep work for Disneyland Forward over the next coming years. So there's a lot of things that I read that are like, oh, this sidewalk behind California Adventure is closed, or this like entrance is closing from the parks or whatever, because they're getting ready to add a bunch of rides in California Adventure, and so they're kind of modifying the infrastructure of the land so that it can support those rides. Some big things that are coming up though, big one, controversial one, early entry is ending in January. Hotel guests can no longer have early park entry. And with that, one of those DCA changes is the Pixar Place hotel entrance that's exclusive for them, and kind of is a quicker way to get in, will be closed as well. So Pixar Place people have to walk all the way through downtown Disney and go in, or whatever they have to do. And then there's a few interesting things. A lot of the things that they mentioned just said early too. Like they're like early 2026. So I put that between January and April is kind of my range for that. They're also retiring the Explore or the Enchant Key, and the Explore Key pass will replace that alongside the Imagine Key. So they're just offering some new passport options, some new ticket options. I know people are interested in that, but that's just with the ticket pricing. And then Monsters Inc. will close early 2026, and that's the official release. No date yet, just early 2026. So maybe they're still kind of stalling out on some of those Pandora plans. And then Season of the Force will not be returning in its entirety so far this year. What will be coming back is some Star Wars Nights, some parades, and then Hyperspace Mountain, which I'm going to be honest, I am kind of over at this point. I'm kind of done with Hyperspace Mountain, but it's fun ride. Glad it's coming back. I'll ride it. Yeah. I'm fine with that, but yeah, so that's not going to come back in its fullness, which I assume means that Tomorrowland won't be decked out as much as it usually is for Star Wars, but who knows? Maybe they'll put up those banners again. The big piece of news is the new Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run mission that's coming May 22nd. It's about Grogu and the Mandalorian.
Coming to Walt Disney World too.
Yep, and Walt Disney and Hollywood Studios as well. They're releasing both at the same time. And then starting in May as well, we're going to see a big uptick in American merchandise because of the anniversary for America's founding, which brings us neatly to skipping June to July, which brings us to Soarin' Across America, also opening in Epcot, which is cool, which I'm actually really excited. I think that's going to be phenomenal. And then with that, the 4th of July stuff, usually they just do stuff on the 4th of July, but this year it's the 3rd through the 5th. So there's going to be a lot of like extra fireworks shows and stuff like that, which is going to be cool. And yeah, and the only other thing I can get from anybody, including Disney, is in fall 2026, there will be a lot of construction starting for Coco, Avatar, and the new transportation hub. I know they've got permits filed and they've started working on the new parking structure and things like that. Nothing's like going up or vertical. It's not a big deal, but I know they've begun internal plans for that and permits are done. So other than that, that's kind of it. Like there's not a lot happening. I would just like to make everyone aware that the announcement of Pandora is approaching its 3rd anniversary this year, and we have seen nothing. So it's just interesting to see. This is something we talked about a while ago, that maybe Disney announces things too soon, or maybe they need to pull back on what they're announcing before they get into it. Anyway, I will pass it off to Olivia now to do Disney World and Disneyland
Can
Paris.
I interject?
Yes, please.
Sorry. What are your thoughts on this new Soarin'? The worry is it going to be Disney going full-blown AI with it? Or are we actually going to get some proper scenes and some real wildlife? What are your thoughts?
I've not seen that it's going to be AI. I really hope it's not AI stuff.
Yeah, that would be horrendous.
Just on the preview, like the eagle and things, that was CGI, wasn't it? And the elephants were CGI.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't really there. So that's the thinking at the moment. The rumor is how much are they spending on it, and are they going to?
We need like good quality drone footage.
And you can do it. You can do it now cheaply, really, if you fly areas. I don't know up that height, but yeah. So that was one thing, and then the other thing you said about Avatar Land, from what I'm hearing, is it's going where Monsters Inc. Attraction is, like the Hollywood area. What they're saying, they're also saying that the figurines from Monsters Inc. may well make it over to Disney Hollywood Studios for the animations in the coaster.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Again, how true that is or not, I don't know, because they're quite basic now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just wanted to throw
if they could repurpose them, that would be great.
Yeah. I mean,
like, even if it wasn't to go in that attraction, if they could be in the land somewhere, in a restaurant, a quick service location, that'd be so cool.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of those animatronics are leftovers from Superstar Limo. They're like not even full blown, you know? But it would be such a cool throwback to see them in that new Monsters Inc. land. Like you said, even if it was in a restaurant or a window display. And something about
just
Pandora.
Just animatronics just go.
Yeah. And something about Pandora is I'm kind of nervous about that. And I'll share this really quick, and here's why. Because they are giving themselves such a small amount of space to put that huge experience in. And I know it's a scaled down version of what we have in Disney World, but I'm worried that they're being a little too ambitious, and they'll build it and they'll be like, well, there's not enough space for these optical illusions or an attraction, so we have to pick one. So I don't know. I don't know how much they're going to demolish. I don't know how big that's going to get, but I'm hoping that it fits and everything.
If they're doing it, it needs to be given the justice and the space to be good.
I agree.
If it's going to be budget, then don't put it there. Put it somewhere else. Give it its own park or something.
I agree. Or put it in the Disneyland Forward, the third gate they're going to try to open. You know, like let's get it over there if you need to put it in. But I don't know. I feel like they're cramming it in. I'm really curious to see how they're going to transition from Buena Vista Street to Pandora to Avengers Campus in a smooth way. Like, I wonder how you're going to walk through that in such a small amount of time in a smooth way.
Right.
I just have questions about that. But I'll be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of Avatar. I think Pandora in Disney World is awesome. I think it's really cool. I don't go often, but I'm nervous about it. So we'll see how it ends up. If no one else has anything, we can go on to Disney World and Disneyland Paris.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so I will start with Walt Disney World. There is a lot, so I'm going to go and try and go things quite fast, but we'll try and cover everything. So starting from January, we have been told that the castle transformation will start. So we're going to get a repaint of Cinderella Castle, which is really exciting. Luckily, it's not really going to affect my trip, so I'm so happy about that. And it's just going to be like draining the moats and stuff like that in January. We haven't got much more information than that. Another thing around January time is Frozen Ever After in Epcot is finally going to get that much needed refurb of the animatronics. So we're going to get rid of those projected faces.
Yes.
And again, that is only a week during my trip, so I'm going to see them as they are. And yeah, I'm very excited for that. On February 2nd, Dinosaur is finally going to be closing, which is heartbreaking. So that will then make way for the new Indiana Jones attraction, and the Tropical Americas area is under construction. That's going to include Encanto. And then we have for spring, we have Big Thunder Mountain's going to be reopening. So that's had a big refurbishment. It's had like a track replacement and enhanced effects. Another thing that's going to be reopening in spring is Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin. So this has had new ride vehicles, video monitors, new handheld blasters, similar to what we have in Disneyland Paris. And there's also going to be a new animatronic called Buddy, which looks really cute. And then we have March 1st, Rock and Roller Coaster is finally going to be closing for the retheme of Into the Muppets with Electric Mayhem. Scooter and the Penguins are going to be in the pre-show, so these are going to be audio animatronics. These look super cool. It's going to open summer. Sorry, I'm like getting overwhelmed by all this information. Bluey is coming to Animal Kingdom, and it's also coming to Disneyland. It comes to Disneyland in March, and then it comes to Animal Kingdom in summer. So that's going to be a great one for the little ones. May, we also have the Millennium Falcon mission with Mandalorian and Grogu. We also have the Soarin' Across America, which Jackson did also mention. And Cool Kids Summer returns with DJ dance parties, rare characters, and exclusive snacks. And then the biggest thing that's coming to Walt Disney World next year, in late summer 2026, is the Magic of Disney Animation, which is replacing Animation Courtyard and Star Wars Launch Bay. So when I've looked into this, it said it's going to be similar to the Once Upon a Studio short that they did for Disney 100 with like interactive portraits. So I'm very excited for that. It kind of looks like it's bringing back the MGM studio vibes because they're going to have the sorcerer hat with the building, and they've said they're going to have some multiple meet and greets. So much confirmed has been Rapunzel and Mulan. There's also going to be an Animation Academy, which they do already have in Animal Kingdom. So it's cool to see that there's going to be 2 now. And there's also, which I'm very excited for, even though it's not for my age range, but it's the Drawn to Wonderland play area. And I'm a big fan of Alice in Wonderland, so I'm very excited for this. And also in that area is going to be a new Disney Junior show. And then the last thing I've got for Walt Disney World, which is actually in Disney Springs, is the former Disney Quest building is going to be transformed into a level 99 arcade. This looked really fun, like an interactive experience coming to Disney Springs. So that is everything for Walt Disney World. Share your thoughts now. I've kind of just been like,
Did you hear that the contract's been signed by an outside vendor about some theming for the Haunted Mansion?
No, I didn't see that.
So
God, my research wasn't good enough.
I watched it on YouTube about an hour ago. Yeah, so it looks like there's some changes probably Disney released it. And also last week they announced that they've got an outside vendor is going to produce some props for the Jungle Cruise ride, like a canoe and things. So they seem to be plussing a few things at the moment. But I think Haunted Mansion's interesting because where they've gone behind for the Villains Land, they've cleared all the back behind It's a Small World now. Mm-hmm. So whether there's going to be another pathway coming through from Fantasyland to Villains Land, or whether they're going to keep that one pathway, and whether they're going to do anything with the queue line for Haunted Mansion, because it's kind of going to be behind it, unless they end up putting a restaurant there or something. Oh. I think it's quite a slow year for Orlando, what with all the new things coming. But once we hit next year and after, and we get a bit of traction on it, I think it'll be worth it.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm seeing with Disneyland too. I was expecting a lot more stuff. And there is the 2 things that Disneyland and Disney World are getting, the Soarin' and the Smuggler's Run. But those are pretty easy updates. They're pretty low key, just some videos, some new programming, not a big deal. I was sort of surprised, but this is the next few years, or the next year or 2 at least, are going to look like this, right? They're going to be like, okay, we're demolishing, we're adding, we're figuring things out. But I really like what you said, Dean, about the second entrance to Villains Land. I think they should. I think that's a wonderful idea, especially from Fantasyland. That would work so well. Just like they do for Galaxy's Edge, especially in Disneyland. There's 3 entrances, which is rad. I think that's perfect. So I think that would be a great move for them.
be interesting to see what comes.
It helps with crowd control as well if you have multiple entrances, which you need with the capacity of those parks.
Yeah, they get so crazily busy.
Okay, are we ready for some Disneyland Paris news?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, so starting with Disneyland Park, and not a lot is happening. However, we do have the return of A Million Splashes of Colour, which is such an amazing show. And it's a parade, so it goes as a parade and then it goes into the plaza. It's a really good interactive show, and I'm very excited that it's coming back, especially the soundtrack. Then we have the Rivers of the Far West is having some new scenes in summer 2026, and these are actually inspired by Mark Davis's drawings, which is really exciting. And then the only other thing for Disneyland Park is that we've seen that the Halloween season has been extended by a week, so it starts in the last week of September, which is good because I think the Halloween season needs to be 2 months long at least, but it's the shortest season, unfortunately. So for Disney Village, there's still a lot of construction happening. We've seen a lot that has opened this year, but that's been really exciting. And that included like your Lego store. You've got the Disney Deco store opened as well. The new sports bar just opened. And these are really good. You're getting the feel of like Disney Springs coming in now. It's really nice to see. However, I'm very sad still about that Chef Mickey's is no longer here because I did love that. So the Disney Village is still having a lot of construction. We've got Annette's Diner, which is closing on January 5th. This is going to be a big refurbishment with a new bar layout. We're still keeping the 50s aesthetic, and there's going to be booths inspired by car seats, which I found really interesting. Also closing in January is the Disney Store. Now, I'm very sad about this because I love the interior of this Disney Store because it gives all the retro vintage vibes with all these different statues in there. And I'm more just of it because it's like very modern, the concept art. And I think these new shops haven't got the same character and feel of the older Disney stores. So although it looks beautiful, it's the nostalgic element that they're just ripping away from all these shops. The concept art does look nice, and I noticed they had like sparkle lights outside, which was reminiscent of the new Selfridges store we had in London, where we had the Disney pop-ups. That looked cool. We've also got the new McDonald's opening, and this one looks quite a fancier one compared to the one it's next to. So once that opens, the other one will get demolished. It has really nice biophilic design, which is all like plants and stuff, and it has 3 floors, so it's going to be good for capacity as well. And the new Italian restaurant Casa Giulia is also opening in 2026, the later part of 2026. We don't know when. And this is going to offer sit-down and quick service options. And then another thing that I saw was a football shop next to the sports bar is opening, which I thought was a bit strange because I didn't think that would be coming, but it sure is. And then for hotels, Squire Lodge is finally getting that much needed refurbishment, and that's starting in January. They're going to start with the lobby. This looks really nice. They're keeping the forest theme, and they're calling it Tales of the Forest. So they're going to keep the Bambi theme, but modernise it and give it what it needs, much more loving. The hotel will remain open, but they'll be doing like little bits going on. Now, for the big stuff that's happening in Disneyland Paris in 2026 is, of course, World of Frozen opening and the name change to Disney Adventure World in March 29th. So this will include your World of Frozen, your Olaf animatronic. You've got so much coming, so much merch, different food options. They've got one, it's called Nordic Crown Tavern, and it said there's going to be like customizable meals, like 16 possible combinations you could have, which is really interesting. And I saw there was some good vegan stuff there on there as well. There's going to be an Anna and Elsa meet and greet. There's going to be a marina show. There's so much happening for World of Frozen. It looks very exciting. And they've even got this new merch item called Runa, which is an interactive troll. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it looks like a popcorn bucket, but it's just like an interactive troll, and it interacts with other trolls, and it interacts with the area, and it looks cute. So I'm very excited for that. We also have, with World of Frozen, obviously the opening Adventure Way. This will have an original soundtrack, and it will also have a new entrance to Toy Story Playland with the Woody and Jessie statues. We're also having a Rapunzel Tangle Spin Ride opening. This is kind of like Teacups, but Rapunzel themed, and we're in the boat, and it just looks pretty. There's also going to be a Tangled meet and greet. On the other side of that, we've got Gazebo Gardens, which is, it just looks like beautiful gardens. There's going to be statues from Winnie the Pooh, Peter Pan, 101 Dalmatians. And they've even said on Adventure Way, there's going to be bringing back some of Disney Music Festival. So we've got Miguel's Fiesta Latina coming back. We've got the Rapunzel one coming back apparently, and the Mary Poppins one, and Minnie's marching band going down Adventure Way, which is really good because I'm hoping once it's like concrete in place, World of Frozen and everything, that they'll bring back a parade in that park, because we've not had one for a very long time, and I think that long street will be a great spot for a parade. Lots of new food kiosks. They said something like 14 different food kiosks or something. Lots of new merch, and on the lake itself, there's going to be a 360-degree show called Cascades of Light, which is drones, SWAT screens, light effects, and pyro. And that's going to be like Mulan, Hercules, Moana, Up and Avengers, and they've got a new original song for that called We Can Be Heroes, which sounds amazing. Other things for studios is we're going to get Junior Dream Factory back, but this is going to be Minnie's Dream Factory with Chip and Dale, Donald and Daisy, and we have had a sneak peek of their costumes and they look really cute. We've got some new shops coming, including a Tower Terror boutique, which is extending on the Tower Terror storyline, and it's going to be like a 1930s flower shop theming. And Ratatouille will be reopening soon. We haven't got a date, but they've updated the projection systems, added more 2D effects, physical props, and they've got a new queue line scene, which is a Parisian art studio. And that is all for Disneyland Paris. There's a lot.
And you convinced me to go back to France now, so thank you.
Yeah, there's a lot coming.
Sounds incredible.
Wow.
Yeah, make sure you go after March 29th. And then,
that sounds wonderful.
Sorry, doesn't that troll sound like Disney Pal? Disney Mickey Pal, do you remember that in the park?
My Pal Mickey.
My Pal Mickey, there you go.
It does.
That sounds a bit like that, doesn't it?
Uh-huh.
That sounds cool.
Yeah. Because they've got
amazing.
They've got the walk around character it launched in Hong Kong when Frozen opened over there, haven't they? Well, walk around. They've got the puppet character of him, and he's really, really popular.
Yeah, they're bringing that troll as well, and obviously the Olaf animatronic that walks around, the little robot one that we've seen all over socials. It's been going viral. But he's coming, and he'll be coming to Hong Kong as well.
It'll be really interesting to see how they handle that, because I don't know.
Oh.
Just lost Jackson.
Jackson has left the building.
I imagine that Olaf will have bouncers with him with tasers or something like that to keep the people away.
Well, he did quite well with the BDX droids. They weren't. I thought they would have a lot of people like going quite near them, but actually the crowd control was really well with those. So I don't know. It's the only thing is kids are going to want to run up to it. So they're probably going to need to have some system in place. Like little fences maybe, or a stage for him to come around. I don't know. I think it's going to be very popular.
I will skip on then. So Shanghai Disney, not a huge amount. Construction continues on the third and fourth park hotels, and there's a shopping complex as well coming. And then the Spider-Man coaster and land continues. No opening date announced. I'm assuming 2027, possibly 2028. And we were all expecting there to be an announcement about a second gate this year, which didn't happen. Maybe next year, hopefully, because it needs it, really. Over to Hong Kong.
Maybe at D23.
Sorry?
Maybe at D23 we'll hear something.
Possibly, yeah. Yeah, that would be good. Hong Kong Disneyland 20th anniversary events continue. There's a most mischievous party with Chip Dale and Clarice, with new entertainment in Grizzly Gulch. That's in April. In May, we've got the mysterious party in Mystic Point, where you finally get to meet Lord Henry and Albert, his monkey, in an interactive experience. That alone would make me want to go over there this year. If
Wow.
Be interesting to see how that's done, and if it stays around after, because I think Albert's pretty bloody popular, so it would be good to keep him around. And also roll out Mystic Manor into other parks at some point. Whether they've got an exclusivity contract or something, I don't know. But yeah. The Pixar and Marvel expansion continues. There's a new Pixar theatrical experience opening late 26 or early 27 using cutting edge technology. I'm wondering if that's possibly going to link into what they're doing with the Globe Theatre in Monsters Inc. at Disney Hollywood Studios. And then there's more Marvel themed editions on the way. We've got the Avengers themed Drop Tower and New Tech, all slated for Tomorrowland, likely opening in 26 or 2027. I'd probably say more like 2027 personally. But some good things going over there. Definitely recommend a visit. It's so much easier to go to than the American.
Absolutely love to.
And actually cheaper at the moment, to be fair. Moving over to Tokyo Disneyland, we've got the reimagined Wreck-It Ralph interactive shooter, which is replacing Buzz Lightyear. I think, well, I'm quite excited about that. I am being Tokyo Disney Oriental Land. I don't think there's going to be a budget as such, so I think it's going to knock all the other shooters out of the park. Basically, in it, you enter the candy-themed racing game Sugar Rush, which is being attacked by sugar bugs. There's glitches created by King Candy, and then you team up with Ralph, and I can never pronounce the name. How do you pronounce it?
Vanellope.
That's the one. Thank you. To transform the sugar bugs back to their original kawaii confectionery, such as cookies and cakes. And then there's an exit gift shop that's being rethemed called Planet. Well, it's called Planet M at the moment, which is being rethemed. In the summer, they've got a Toy Story 5 event, fun times with Toy Story 5 at both parks. That will go in hand with the movie release. You've got the menu, special menu, stamp rallies, and merchandise. Space Mountain Earthrise continues its construction in the background, opening, I believe, in 2027. It's got a cost of approximately 56 billion yen, which is nearly $500 million. It will maintain its original concept as an indoor roller coaster, but will have enhanced performance and immersive special effects. So I'm imagining Guardians of the Galaxy, but in space, Cosmic Rewind. We will see. We've got Minnie's Thunderland Palpalooza, which is the 5th Disney Pal event in January 14th through to March 2nd. They were testing some mini projection onto the castle with the pink polka dots and things. Looks like it's going to be pretty good. And we've already got the Small World with Groot overlay has already returned and runs through to June. And then over to Tokyo Disney Sea, it's the 25th anniversary, Sparkling Jubilee theme from April the 15th through to March 31st next year. Lots of special shows, decorations, and commemorative items on sale. There's a brand new 20-minute anniversary show at Mediterranean Harbour, and the park really needs some more live shows. You got the Dance at the Grove show at Waterfront from the 14th of January, and it's Mirabelle's first appearance over at Tokyo Disney Sea. So that's quite exciting. When we were there back in October, the amount of people dressed up as Encanto was crazy. So it's hit big over there. So it's great. It's finally great that it's finally making an appearance at the park. And then there is a Tower of Terror Unlimited overlay, which comes back January the 13th through to March the 31st. Basically, more random drop sequences. Apparently, people are saying it's so better when it hits. They've got their own Tower of Terror theme over there. But yeah, it's really good. Their Tower of Terror. Probably say, other than not having the lift shaft between the two, like the Twilight Zone, I'd probably say it's my favourite Tower of Terror, to be honest.
It looks incredible.
But yeah, that's about it with the Asian parks.
Brilliant. Exciting.
It's fun.
I bet the merch is going to be amazing.
I was going to say, I think it's going to be interesting to see what they do with the rest of Tomorrowland, because obviously they've got that much more space, because they basically, the original Space Mountain was there, they've shut it, they're building the new Space Mountain behind it, so they've got that extra room, and surely it's got to lead to a whole area overhaul. I mean, the only things really left there at the moment is the Stitch encounter that we've got in Magic Kingdom. But yeah, other than that, there's not a huge amount in Tomorrowland. You've got Monsters Inc., but it's off in its own little corner. But yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. And also the other announcements that they gave earlier this year about the 10-year plan, to see where that all goes and what other things, because they don't seem to be shy on wanting to make the park their own and to separate it from the other parks, make it a destination. I think it'll be interesting to see where it all goes.
So I was looking more into Disney Cruise Line. So they have come up with 2 new ships, the Disney Destiny, which just recently set sail. And then, of course, their largest ship to come, the Disney Adventure, which is going to be setting sail 2026 in the Singapore region versus here. Apparently it's going to be able to hold 6,700 passengers, not including 2,500 crew members. Yeah, and then they are going to be shorter sailings versus the longer ones that you'd find out here or Florida. So aside from that, though, there's not much else going on with DCL. I do know that after the 2026, they do want to do 4 more new ships between 2027 to 2031. They are currently at 7 ships right now. So that's going to be a little bit of an add-on afterwards. With the Disney Destiny, it is a Disney heroes and villains based ship. So I thought that was a pretty cool concept, something outside of the box. And it looks like a lot of fun. And then I know back to the Disney Adventure, they're supposed to also be having the world's longest sea roller coaster. So I thought that would be kind of fun to experience one day. So yeah. Has anyone done a Disney cruise here?
Unfortunately not.
Not? Okay.
Now we have Adam Cumber on our podcast, The Disload, and he's done quite a few cruises. So if you want to get some information, definitely hit up Sail Away on Instagram. He's he does a lot. He does a lot of cruising. And Scott and Karen from the Mickey Files, they've just been on the Destiny, I believe, and I'm hoping to line them up for an interview soon. Yeah, so all coming in the future, all exciting stuff.
No, absolutely. It's a lot
I was going to say, future one of these when we do, if we all kind of have a drink, and by the end of it, we'll be so drunk we can just put it on somebody's credit card. Going back to the ship in Singapore, that's not a purpose-built ship, is it? That's a ship that they bought from another company that was going under. Is that correct?
They bought it really cheap, didn't they? Yeah.
And then retrofitted it with Disney. So I think it'll be really interesting to see how that turns out.
Yeah.
Because it's a different layout and everything as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's going to be gorgeous. I mean, I have yet to see any one of their ships be anything but. So We just did the Disney Wonder earlier this year, and before we even got off, we decided we have to do another one. So it's very well worth it. You get all the magic of Disney without all the lines and all that stuff. You know, when you go into the theme parks, it's top-notch service from everybody, and of course, breathtaking views at all hours of the day. It's just wonderful. It's really worth the money.
Yeah, my friend's actually a cast member on Disney Cruise
Really?
Line now from here on the Isle of Wight. Yeah, he's been on the cruise line this last 6 months, and then he was in the Rose and Crown for a year before that, and he did the college program, but now he's on as a full-time employee on the DCL. So yeah, he's enjoying it. It's very hard work, I believe, but it's not bad money.
It is. Yeah, absolutely. You can definitely see all the hard work they put into it, because a lot of the cast members are doing multiple roles. So we had somebody who was helping us out through guiding the ship, and then the next night they were Moana. One guy was helping out, what do you call it? In one department one night, and the next night he was in the Pirates Night show. So I don't know how they keep up, but their energy's there as well. So you could kind of see all the love they put towards their position on the ship. So
of course you get a 10% placeholder if you book before you leave the cruise, don't you?
which is what we did.
Yeah. And you get, as I understand it, 2 years to use that credit.
Yeah, you got 2 years to use it, and then if you don't, they just give you back the funding. So
it's a no-brainer, really.
Yes.
I wonder if they've ever thought of doing that at the parks. You know, if you stay at a Disney hotel,
they
you
have
get
done
10%
bounce
off.
backs, haven't they? Yeah, they have done bounce backs. Yeah, they did a scheme called bounce back, where you book before you put a placeholder before you left your resort. Okay, so I don't know, none of you are DVC members, as I understand it, at the moment, are you? No,
Not yet.
I'll change that in the next few months.
If you can pay for it.
Yeah, all joking aside, there's not an awful lot of DVC news. I don't know. I'm assuming you've got a rough idea of what Disney Vacation Club is, being Disney's points-based timeshare. At the moment, what they're doing is you can buy in, obviously, direct from Disney, or you can buy in on a resale market. Now, what Disney are doing as of the 1st of January is they're adding a $500 fee for administration of any new contracts. So if you go to buy a contract now on the resale market, there will be a £500, now I've got it wrong, $500 fee, which is to administrate the moving of that contract from the old owner to the new owner. Now, there are still other fees included in purchasing the contract. Searches, because it's a deeded property, so there has to be searches done and there's fees there, but this is an additional $500 fee, flat $500. So if you buy 25 points or 500 points or 1,000 points, it's still a flat fee of $500. So that's pushing the price up, and it's caused a bit of debate within the DVC community. But most timeshare companies do this and have this fee, or a fee above that. So that's coming as of January the 1st. So there's been a little bit of a surge at the end of this year to try and get your contracts in and signed before the 1st of January, so as you can avoid that $500 fee. Okay, now I don't know if you know, next year they're going to sell out of Riviera Direct, close on Riviera Direct, and then they'll be moving on to selling the next products. At the moment, they're selling live products. They're selling our Alani, which they've been selling since I was a child. They're still selling the cabins at Fort Wilderness. I don't know if you guys know that they used to have cabins there. They took those units away and they've replaced them with DVC units, which I've nicknamed static caravans, because that's basically what they are in the UK. I don't see where they fit in the product for a DVC resort because they're not on a DVC resort. They're not attached to a DVC resort. They're attached to a campsite. So it seems a bit strange. But we've got those which are being sold at the moment as well. And the thought is they may roll those cabins into the new resort being built on the old water park, which is going to be Disney's Lakeside Lodge. I don't know if any of you have seen this. This is a big old resort. This is 900 rooms. Now, 900 rooms, Riviera's 300. So it's 3 times the size of Riviera. It's a second biggest only to Saratoga Springs, my home resort, which is 1,260 rooms. I don't know if any of you have ever been over to Saratoga. It's a huge property. It's very widely spread out as well. It's done in buildings, and it's a huge resort. But this one coming in at 900 is sort of similar, bigger than Kidani and Jumbo House, the Animal Kingdom lodges, and it's in a similar pattern. It's on like 2 horseshoe designs, and it looks like it's going to be a really big resort, and it's going to have its own lazy river like the beach club's got. So that's coming. It's not going to be open next year, but they will have it on sale, I believe, in 2026, and that will have a 50-year contract on. Unless they roll it in with the cabins, then it will only be a 48-year contract. And that does make quite a difference to your price. And with DVC coming in direct at around $235 a point, so if you've got to buy a 50-year contract, that's $4.70 per point per year, plus your dues. That's how you do the simple maths. Not that the maths is that simple, but that's how the maths works. So coming forward, this Lakeside Lodge will be open 2027, but they will probably put it up on sale at some stage in 26, and they're looking to sell out of the Riviera mid-year, maybe towards the end of next year, 2026. That's really all the DVC news I've got. Like I say, this admin fee, will it put people off buying resale? I don't think so. If you do the maths, it's still a much cheaper way of buying into the club, and you get everything. You get the same studio, you get the same website, you get the same booking privileges and stuff like that. You do not get what they call the perks, which is any discounts or any of the Moonlight Magic evenings, but you do get the same resorts. So DVC, I don't know. Hopefully next year we'll see some more movement, but the prices are going through the roof. They really are. But every year I look at it, I say to myself, I don't know if it can still be doable, but people are still buying it. And if they're going to try and sell a 900 room resort, which is their second biggest resort, they're obviously pretty confident they can sell that. And at $235 a point, and you've got your second biggest resort to sell out again, we will see. So watch this space. That's all I can say. I do go, I'm not being I paid $85 for my points, and I'm still staying in the same rooms as all these other people. My room this coming year works out at $114 a night with my dues and everything rolled in.
Yeah.
There are savings to be made there, but but even that's still only $4.70 per point per year, because you're getting, if you bought a new contract at 50 years, if they do that contract, obviously it changes it a little bit if they roll it in with the cabins, because that's the only thing because they say they might do. A lot of people are saying that they probably will do, but at the moment we've got nothing from Disney whether or not it's going to roll those cabins in with this other resort. If they don't, then why would you buy the cabins? But it's interesting with the price of rooms at the moment at Disney. I don't know whether you guys have looked to book recently at Disney World, but as Dean said, it's probably cheaper to go to Japan.
I actually booked last week, but booked it for a Universal hotel because it saved me like £600+
Yeah, if we stay at a resort and pay cash, we're staying at Universal. We're not staying, and I'm a DVC member. If I've got to pay cash, I'm sorry, I'm not staying on site. I can't afford it.
Yeah.
Although Olivia's going soon, aren't you, lovely? You got.
Yeah, I've been saving a very, very, very long time. And we're going out with a bang.
I don't blame you. It's got to be done. It's got to be done 100%.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's been a long time coming, so I've just gone for it. Yeah.
Now,
but
remind me where
it's because I don't know when I'm ever going to be going again. So I think I needed to do that kind of like stay on site, do the dining plan, do a VIP tour one day, and just do it completely.
You won't regret that VIP tour. Like I said, I think last time Yeah. Oh, you did the Keys to the Kingdom tour. Yeah. No, that's brilliant. Yeah, you'll love it. It's a fantastic experience. You know,
I'm so excited.
And what resort was it you were saying at? French Quarter, was it?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I stayed there with my mum in 2013. That was the last trip I went on to Walt Disney World. And I just loved it. I like how it's a smaller resort and you've got the boat as well to go to Disney Springs. And I love Princess Tiana, so I like how the rooms have got that little touch now because they've all been newly refurbished. So yeah, I honestly, it's like 22 days now until I go and I cannot believe it. It doesn't feel real that I'm going.
It's a small resort, so it's a boutique sort of resort. It's fantastic for that type of thing.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong there. And if you get a chance, go down to Port Orleans and see what's his name does the show down there. I can't think of his name now. I'm having a blank again, Jonathan. I had a blank earlier when we were talking. Yeehaw Bob. Go down and see Yeehaw Bob if you get a chance.
Yeah.
He's fantastic. Yeah. You won't regret spending an evening down there watching Yeehaw Bob. He's brilliant.
Yeah. No, I'm so excited, honestly.
And so you should be.
Films. We have Hoppers, which is Disney Pixar, on the 27th of March 2026, followed by The Devil Wears Prada 2 on the 1st of May 2026. That's followed by The Mandalorian and Grogu on the 22nd of May 2026, followed by Toy Story 5 on the 19th of June 2026, followed by Moana, the live action, on the 10th of July 2026. Then there's a bit of a gap to Hexed, which is the 25th of November 2026, then followed by Avengers Doomsday on the 18th of December 2026. Flipping to Disney Plus, there's Marvel Studios' Wonder Man starts January 27th. Daredevil Season 2 will be March. There's Vision Quest at some point in the summer. I'm sure Ahsoka Season 2's due around the summer as well. Then Camp Rock 3. And then there's some animated shows as well.
Exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Good, yeah.
That's awesome.
What do we all think about Moana? Live action.
I'm not sure why they're doing it.
No.
Yeah.
Not now.
Yeah.
Why now?
Because I think it looks great because it looks exactly like the animated film. But it's like, what is the point? Because we've just had the film come out, like...
Yeah.
It's only 10 years.
Yeah. I don't understand it. Why they keep doing these live actions, because they're just the exact same film. Just real people. I don't know. But it looks great, like with what I've seen from it, they've got it spot on.
I think if they can add something new to it, tell something fresh, like Mermaid and Twist, and I thought that was done really, really well.
Yeah, I did love that. And I have enjoyed all of these films. I'm not even saying that. I just don't understand why they keep doing these live actions.
But I also don't know why they've skipped to Moana.
Yeah.
When you're missing, like, I know Tangled is in the works again, but then you've got like Princess and the Frog.
Yeah.
You've got some of the older ones. I know they're saying that since Snow White didn't do what they wanted it to do, that they need to do more recent ones. But I think Moana's way too recent, personally. But I'm looking at seeing it.
It's sort of like the modern version of the sequel, isn't it, really? It seems to be now, rather than doing a sequel to a film, you do a live-action version of it, don't you?
Yeah.
The action, maybe they can go back to maybe hand-drawn again.
Yeah.
Like a couple of them, not all of them, because I know obviously with technology and everything, they're not really going to go 100% back to that. But
well, they've got, is it called Gatto, the cat film that's coming? That's going to be all hand-drawn, which I'm so excited for.
So see what I mean? Yeah, that sounds a lot more appealing than another live action.
But
again, as you mentioned, not all of them are terrible. Some of them are great, like Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin. I personally like those ones, but I think that's going to be exciting to see.
Okay, so it's a changing of the guards next year, supposedly. Although I'm hearing word that maybe someone's going to be hanging on for another year or so. Who do you think is going to be taken over from Bob Iger? Because there seems to be a couple in the running. You think it'll be Josh?
Yeah, I was going to say Josh tomorrow.
Yeah, tight jeans, Josh.
Really good fit, to be honest.
Yeah,
and certainly better than Paycheck was.
I bumped into him at the Contemporary, well, actually at Bay Lake Tower. He was coming in one evening and literally walked into him and I said, "Oh, Josh." And he said, "Oh, sir, how are you doing? Are you enjoying your stay? Where's that accent from?" And I had about a 10-minute chat with him. Very amenable man. Really nice. Comes across really well. And just a nice sort of professional, the sort of bloke you want in charge of a company like that, I think. I mean, I know one or two people I know don't rate him really and say that a lot of what he's put in place or he's been responsible for hasn't really worked out. But I think he's a safe-ish pair of hands.
100%. Yeah, my main concern is that Iger is going to leave him with this bloody AI contract, which I don't understand why he signed it. Because it's almost, again, he's like bringing all this income into the company. If he doesn't stick it, then he can leave it for somebody else to fall flat on its face. I'm really against this. The money they gave to the AI company personally. There's got to be some logic behind it. I mean,
yeah, it sounds like a drop in the ocean. It sounds like a massive amount of money to us, but it is just a very small drop in the ocean, I think. In the big scheme of things, I mean, AI is it's the next revolution, isn't it? It's the next mechanization. It's the next, factory work line. It's the next thing that's going to come along and change the whole of our world, and we're all using it already. A lot of us don't even realise we're using it, but we are using AI when in one shape or form. So it is the way forward. But I don't know. It's difficult to really see at this moment, but you're going to have to embrace it, I'm afraid.
I just think with all their talent they've got, I think it's a bit of a kick in the face that they're happy to give money for AI to go down that route. But I don't know. There's got to be a game plan with it. I just, at the moment, I can't really see it.
It's not there yet, but AI will definitely transform podcasting. It will eventually. I think it will completely take over podcasting. I don't quite know how humans are going to be, relevant in that podcast, because I use AI occasionally in podcasting now. I certainly use it to fact check and of content and stuff like that. And you can also use it to edit and put out things that are undesirable in there. And with me, as Jonathan saw today, there's quite a bit of taking out of stuff. So
Is that right, Olivia, with us?
Yeah.
No, I don't use AI. I do it all myself. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, audio, with an audio base, you can use AI to pull out a lot of the background noises and stuff. Yeah, I don't. I tend to just go through. I'm old school. I go through and I take out what I want to take out manually. But you can use AI, and you know, like I say, it's going to be one of those things. It's going to be second nature. It's like it's not second nature for me to text, but like they all, nobody phones now, do they? When was the last time you phoned somebody for a chat? It doesn't happen, does it?
No, not as often.
No, it's really rare. I think maybe just grandparents because they don't text, but other than that, everyone else it's texting, even my mom. More times than not.
So what's everyone's takeaway from the year ahead, and what's everyone looking forward to? And yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward to Olivia's holiday being over, so as mine's very close, but that's a bit mean of me. Sorry. It had to be said.
I want it to go, I want it to be the slowest possible holiday going because I know it's just going to go so fast.
Yeah, Disney time is on a different level.
Yeah. No, obviously, I'm very much looking forward to my own holiday. But for the new stuff that we've been talking about today, it's got to be Disney Adventure World and World of Frozen opening at Disneyland Paris. Obviously, I've been watching that construction for years now, so I'm very much excited for that.
Yeah, I want to get a trip up. When that's open, I want to get back over to Disneyland Paris. We have a friend who's got a disabled son. They can't fly, so if we could get over there to Disneyland Paris, they could drive down or take the train because they've been to Disneyland Paris before. Yeah. But when all that's open, I think we'll have to plan a visit then.
Definitely.
I think there's some good things coming.
Oh yeah, I think it's going to be an exciting year. And like I say, as I'm going, I'm excited for it let's get New Year out of the way, and I can say I'm going this year.
Yeah, once on the 1st of January, I'm gonna cry, honestly, to say that I'm going to Disney this year. Oh, I was so excited.
Yeah, what are you on countdown wise?
22 days.
I knew you'd know. I think we're on 43 or 42. I have
it on a widget on my phone.
Yeah.
So all I have to do is go on my phone and it'll tell me. Yeah. I don't even have to go on the app or anything.
I think
I'm excited to follow along.
Oh, thank you. I'm hopefully going to vlog. I don't know.
That's mine.
Use my camera.
39 days and 297 till I retire.
We all love a countdown.
That was great.
Yeah. You have to. Yeah, if you haven't got one going, it's just it's Depression City, isn't it? Really. So who's going? So Olivia, me and you are going the beginning of next year. The rest of you got any plans for next year? Disney parks?
Ooh, not Disney parks, but hoping to do Universal Florida next year. Yeah. Never been, so yeah.
Oh yes, Universal's. Yeah. It is fantastic. But like I said last week, I can't afford both sets of tickets.
I know. I know I think that's why we were hesitant. We were contemplating going back to Disney World as well because our kids have never been. But it would have been a little too much. So we're kind of figuring it out day by day.
I think you could stay somewhere like Surfside or Dockside fairly cheaply, and then you only got the tickets to buy, haven't you?
Well, that's true. Yeah, there are ways around it. I mean, we haven't booked anything yet, but I'm sure we'll figure it out when the time comes. So,
in comparison to a Disney resort, it is cheap. I mean, if you're staying for 4 or 5 days, it's not so bad. But I'm going for 22 days this time.
Oh, nice.
So we fly out on the 5th and back on the 26th. So, but we were originally going to fly into Tampa, but Virgin have pulled out of Tampa and are not flying there anymore. Because we're going to fly. We've got friends that live just down the road from Tampa. We're going to stay with them for 4 days and then drive up to Disney. So I think we arrive at Disney on the 9th of February, and we're going Old Key West for 7 nights, Saratoga for 7 nights, and then Copper Creek for the last 3 nights. So that's our sort of arrangement. Then we've got a 14-day ticket. We don't get the 21-day tickets anymore, do we, Olivia?
No.
Because when I went in 2012, I had a 21-day ticket for Disney, 14-day ticket for Universal, 14-day ticket for SeaWorld, Busch Gardens, and we were on the dining plan with Disney as well. I couldn't afford to book a holiday like that now. I don't know what it would be.
That's a lot.
Well, you sound perfect. So.
And that was 2 adults and 2 children as well, so we had the boys with us. Yeah, but like I say, it's got to be. I have to work hard to stop me coming, but it's you have to make choices now, I'm afraid.
No, you do.
Paris in March. I've not been since 2018, so that's going to be quite good. Although you can't honestly say the main park's changed at all because it hasn't had a new ride in like 20 plus years.
You'll have the Mill and Splashes of Colours, though.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing that. And then we're there 2 weeks before the full Disney Adventure World opens, so just missed that, but it should be quieter. And then Orlando at the start of September, which should be good. Catching up with some friends over there.
Yeah, September's one of my favourite times to visit Disney World. Yeah, I like September.
Yeah, it tends to be quite.
The things that I'm most looking forward to going into 2026 is definitely the Pixar Mundo meetup in May. A lot of the films I'm looking forward to, and just seeing what comes out of D23 is going to be interesting. Yeah, I think it is mainly just a lot of the films, TV shows, and seeing where they go as well, and then just seeing what else springs up. I think, yeah, that's what I'm mostly looking forward to in 2026.
Howdy, viewers. So just so everyone is aware, we had some technical issues while we were filming, and so a lot of my stuff for some reason was cut, and so we just have a lot of silence where I was talking. So we filmed this just a little bit after so that we could add anything that I had said or anything that we had talked about. So the thing that I wanted to add is something that I'm looking forward to most for 2026 is just seeing how far we get on a lot of these projects that are starting to go vertical in the parks. Things like Monstropolis area and some of the new expansions in the other parts of Disney World and stuff. I'm really excited to see how those go, especially the Villains Land and the Cars Land. As sad as I am to see Tom Sawyer's Island go, I do want to see how those lands take shape, and I'm excited for the theming. I also just wanted to add, this is something I added in the video, but unfortunately there was a technical issue, so we just wanted to send our thoughts and our feelings to Adam the Woo's family. When we heard about his death, it hit us really hard, and so we know that he paved the way for a lot of the things that we enjoy and a lot of the things that we do in the Disney community and for things like this podcast. And so we respect him, and we just want to send our sympathies to his family. So thanks for tuning in this week, guys, and we will get our technical issues ironed out, but thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.